Hey everybody, Deadpoolzilla here, and with a new top 10 list. I was going to do top 10 DC heroes, but I decided to do my top 10 favorite story arcs and events. Yeah, I know, totally, I want to do heroes, but I want to do this first because, you know, so many story arcs I've been going through, so let's kick this off with number 10. Alright, number 10 is a very recent story arc that goes by the name of the Sinestro Corps. That's right, the Sinestro Corps War. Man, how awesome was this story arc? I mean, we got to see the return of Superboy Prime. We got to see the return of the Anti-Monitor. We got to see Parallax merge with Kyle Rayner. We got to see a new Ion of Sodam Yacht. We got to see these epic battles in space, Earth, and all these other planets. Man, and this is what was just the start of the War of Light that led into Blackest Night. Now, why it's at number 10? Because I haven't read a lot of the comics. I should own it. I need to get the graphic novel, but I've only been reading, you know, the stuff online, and I loved it. I need to read more of Sinestro Corps. So I'm going to admit right now, I haven't read all of Sinestro Corps, but yes, it is at number 10. Man, I need to read the rest of this comic. But yeah, this is all I had to say, and but trust me, I do love this story. Now, at number 9 is one that is a story arc and event that took place in 2 universes, and it involved 2 companies, and it is The Devil's Reign, a Marvel and Top Cow crossover. Yeah, Marvel and Top Cow Comics did a 11-part story arc epic called Devil's Reign, where Mephisto moved into the Top Cow universe. And it took the powers of Silver. We got to see Silver Surfer, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Elektra. Yeah, and some other heroes team up to fight Mephisto alongside Witchblade, Weapon Zero. The Darkness was not in here, which I wasn't too happy about, but oh well. Witchblade, Weapon Zero, Psyblade, Cyberforce, and a lot of the other heroes. But it mostly took place in the Top Cow universe, but it was you know, some pretty heavy stuff. One of the Cyberforce members, Heatwave, became a minion of Mephisto. Mephisto came close to making hell on Earth. But I did enjoy it. It was like a huge crossover epic, and I loved it. That was a great comic. Moving on to number 8 is one that is a story arc, really old, but it really changed the Marvel Universe, and had some devastating effects. It can still be felt today. And it is the Onslaught Saga. That's right, the Onslaught Saga. Wow. If you want to talk about Marvel story arcs that had a lasting effect to this day, you have to say the Onslaught Saga. This did so much to the Marvel universe. We saw a being more powerful than any superhero on Earth. Onslaught was basically what he was, and no one could stop this guy. What happened next was we got to see the Heroes Reborn universe, which was totally new, and this also gave rise, the after effects of the Onslaught Saga gave rise to the Thunderbolts. So, and man, what else can you say? And I'd love to see this be the story arc, the story behind Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Do the Onslaught Saga, please, Marvel, for Ultimate Alliance 3, because this is definitely one Marvel story arc that probably, this is just my opinion anyway, that probably not a lot of people hated. I know a lot of people love the Onslaught Saga, and this is why it made it on the list, because of what it did to the Marvel Universe. That's all I gotta say about this one. Now, alright, now at number 7 is an X-Men story arc that, had some really lasting effects before Deadly Genesis, and in a way, you can some of this story arc's events can still be felt today by all the X-Men, and it is the X-Cutioners song. Yep, X-Cutioners song. This story arc was some really heavy stuff. We saw, as you can tell in the cover, Cable shooting Professor Xavier under mind control. We saw Strife, Cable's evil clone, become basically, this dude is something you don't want to, someone you don't want to mess with. He unleashed we got to see him wound Apocalypse. We got to see all the X-Men, including like Apocalypse and some of the Horsemen, team up against Strife. And in the end, it was all futile. None of it, mattered, because his alternate goal, releasing the Legacy virus, was unleashed, and that had devastating effects for a very long time. And all, this was a really great story arc, so I loved it a lot. And now we're going to move on to number 6. Okay, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on number 6, but that's okay. I love this story arc, and I loved it because it's so high. It's just an action-packed thriller, and it's very recent, actually. It's a couple of years old. A Marvel story arc that got some heat. Some liked it, some didn't, but I liked it. And it is none other than World War Hulk. That's right, World War Hulk. Man. Man, I am a fan of the Hulk and all, and the story was just so heavy on the action. I mean, you couldn't diss the action in this story. Like when Hulk fought Iron Man, he beat. I'm not much of a fan of Iron Man. I know people like Iron Man, I do too, but not much. Especially his character development during Civil War Hulk. He was just nothing but a total dick. So I'm glad Hulk smacked him around a bit. And then we saw Hulk fight everyone. Not a lot of... There are a few tie-ins here and there, but, we got to see this Gamma Corps that failed miserably. We saw the return of Juggernaut becoming a villain again. I didn't like that they used the Sentry to fight the Hulk. That I wanted to see Thor fight World War Hulk. And I'm sorry, guys, but that what if of World War Hulk if Thor came, that sucked. I hated the Disney ending to it. Whatever. This was a fun story arc. And up next is my top 5, and some of them may surprise you. But this is Deadpoolzilla, and I hope you enjoyed my list so far. And I am out of here.